Hello and good morrow. First of all, I finally found the sequel to True Fear Forsaken, whatever. Um, which years in the making, am I right? You may remember I did play that a long time ago on my channel, and the reason I never played the sequel is because I didn't know where it was. I finally found it on Steam. Still no third game. Anyway, this isn't related to that, but I figured throw the announcement in because why not? Um, as you know, as of this recording, we're currently all in quarantine, but some states are reopening and others are not because some states are full of morons in office who only care about money, while others actually have intelligent, sane people who kind of go, gee, if 90% of my population dies, that's going to hurt the economy more. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm being a little salty. And of course, there are the idiots protesting who apparently only care about getting their haircuts and are so bored in quarantine that they have to go out and try to get COVID. I mean, protest the lockdown. Yeah, I'm again being a little salty because this isn't like, some political little thing about tax or something. This is literally a pandemic where if we stay inside and chill the fuck out for a little while, we stop the spread until we get the vaccine going, which is coming. And I know they're going to be anti-vaxxers, they're going to say their own stupid thing, but anti-vaxxers, they're idiots, okay? But I can thankfully say my state is one of the better ones. Andrew Cuomo, the governor, had basically, he does want to reopen the state. I mean, I'm like, nobody doesn't, like, okay, before I get into what's going on and what I saw and why I'm ranting a little bit, I'm going to say this right now. Nobody wants to stay in lockdown, okay? Nobody wants to stay in lockdown. Don't assume that's what they want because they don't. Because, come on, life has to go on at some point. You can't stay locked down in quarantine forever. It's just right now we have to. Nobody was going to stay in quarantine forever. It was going to eventually end. It's called being patient, which I know is really hard in a modern society where everything's almost instant now. But, there are times where you do have to be patient. Believe me, I know. That being said, Andrew Cuomo has set up a plan to reopen the state. But it's not like George where just, oh, we're going to reopen the state and that's it. If something happens, we don't care. No. He literally said, okay, we're going to start reopening. However, we have 7 points that you have to meet all of that indicate you are not going to restart the goddamn pandemic. And New York was hit pretty hard, so it makes sense he's going to have a very slow reopening process. Let me actually double check because I actually liked this tweet because, oh my god, it was like really good. And I don't understand what it all means. But just gonna find it really quick. I apologize. I should have had it like open on my phone, but you know me, my phone is beeping anyway. I made fun of like somebody who was complaining. Here we are. They are the 7 points are, and all of them must be met, not just one or two, all of them. A 14-day decline in hospitalization or under 15 new hospitalizations on a 3-day average. By the way, this is directly quoted from Andrew Cuomo himself. And it's also on the New York COVID website, the New York Government Health Department talking about it. So, number 2, a 14-day decline in hospitalized deaths or under 5 new deaths. 3-day average. New hospitalizations under 2 per 100,000 residents. 3-day rolling average. Share of total beds available threshold at 30%. So not a super high percent when you think about it. Like 70 out of 30 out of 100 beds should be occupied. Same with the ICU beds. That's number 5, by the way. And yes, they are separate. Smart. Share of 30 per 1,000 residents tested monthly. 7-day average of new tests per day. So at least 30 people per 1,000 people should be tested a day. And 30 contact traces per 100,000 residents, or to meet current infection rate. I guess it depends. I'm not sure what a contact tracer is, but I'm guessing it's something that needs to be taken care of. So, yeah, basically, if you don't meet all 7 of these criteria, well, yeah, you're not reopening. So, it's basically you can reopen. However, you have to meet all these criteria because then we know you are not going to spread the virus. And it's, I believe, area by area, section by section. And I know Long Island in general just they don't meet, like, I think they meet 2 out of the 7. So we're not doing great in that respect, but that's fine. But of course, people are like, oh no, you should just reopen it. Businesses should plan to reopen on Friday. Blah, 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 blah. Like, and another friend of mine decided to try to argue with these people. My response to my friend, because honestly, I'm sorry, it's like, why are you even trying? These people are fucking idiots. By the way, for those that don't know what a Stan or a Karen is, by the way, I told Mr. Cuomo, you're one of the few smart ones in this time of madness. Love the plan. Because, you know, yeah, it is. I think it's a good plan. But here's what I said to my friend who was arguing with this other person because, well, they were like, oh no, we should just reopen it completely. And when my friend tried to point out, like, the facts, I said, oh, you don't know what's going on in upstate New York, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, read, like, they're literally, like, saying Long Island's going to be perpetually in lockdown forever, which is bullshit. So here's what it says, like, why are you arguing with an idiot who wants COVID clearly? I think New York is handling the whole thing perfectly, and the plan shows that we are going to reopen eventually, but they don't care. They want their fucking haircuts because they're Stans and Karens. Spoiled rotten. A Stan or a Karen is somebody who, for those that don't really know, are the male and female versions of somebody who will, like, ask for the manager over something they can't take care of and is, like, a stupid little thing. Like, if you, like read anything from r/I don't work here lady or r/ like, they're entitled people. That's literally what they are. That's why I called them spoiled rotten. They're entitled. They think they should have it their fucking way. I didn't really read my friend's response yet. And it looks like she's saying like, she's saying apparently this person thinks there's no testing up in upstate New York. And, you know, like, yeah, of course, because they're dumbasses. They're not gonna, like, believe it when you say, no, you know, here's the facts, because they don't want the facts. They want their way and their way only, even if you have to bend fucking reality to do it. So, in, like, me personally, I am sick of these people. I am legitimately sick of these people. Because I get it. You want out of lockdown. You want this to be over. We all do. But I'm going to be dead flat honest right now. One of my friends had a COVID scare. One of my friends was asymptomatic COVID. Her father was too, and her mother had it in full symptom form. Another friend of mine, he was full symptom. And an old neighbor of mine might die of it. I'm sorry. What part of that indicates to me break the lockdown? None. And keep in mind, I don't know how my neighbor was handling it. Like, he could have been stupid about it. I don't know. But the other three, they've been smart about it. They've been staying inside. They've been wearing masks. Two of them were essential workers. One has still been staying inside, and they still got it. They still fucking got it and went full blown. Because guess what? It's still out there. For fuck's sake. It's a virus. It doesn't give a shit. And keep in mind, people who've been protesting this have been testing positive for COVID. For fuck's sake. Because, I don't know, they're outside, not social distancing, and putting themselves at risk. And putting their kids at risk, mind you, which pisses me off a little bit more because those kids don't really have a say. Meanwhile, New York is, like, literally we have mental health, like, and the poor workers that have to deal with this, the healthcare workers and the janitors and even, like, the Uber Eats drivers. Like, oh my God. You poor things. You're dealing with this bullshit. You're out there. You have to be out there. You're all essential workers and you all need fucking hugs and I can't give them to you because I don't want to accidentally give you COVID if I'm an asymptomatic carrier. Do you see what I'm talking about? This is not a fun time for anyone, okay? Some of us are adapting a little better and making our own fun where we can. But it's not a funsy time. It's annoying. It's a pain in the ass. It's stupid. And you know what? It doesn't help that 90% of the politicians are not taking this seriously anymore. Wow, that was my first spam call in months. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I in my rant about stupid? Also, it was for a hotel. I'm not going to a hotel in the middle of the fucking COVID. Why are you fucking cold calling me for that? Okay, that happened. Here's the thing. Again, nobody likes this. Nobody likes getting sick. Nobody likes being in lockdown. Nobody likes not being able to go to the store when they really want to. Nobody likes not being able to do shit they like to do. I had plans for this year, okay? I was going to set up a trust fund because with the money I got from the house, I was gonna, get myself all set up so that I'm a little more solid, a little more safe. And then I was gonna go on vacation and my first vacation by myself and have a good time. I can't do that right now because of COVID. Like, I have pieces set up so that when COVID is over, we can do it. It ain't happening anytime soon. And yet, here are these people going, I want a haircut. I'm in the street. That's what you sound like, by the way. And here's the thing. I love to get a haircut and get my hair recolored too. Like, I want to experiment with my hair color a little bit because I haven't done that in the past and I want to do that. And I did. I gave myself blonde highlights. I liked it. I want to try for like a purplish red. Subtly going into the extremes. But I can't right now. I'd love to get a proper manicure. I can't right now. Why? Because I'd like to not infect people and I'd like not to get infected. So, yeah. And keep in mind, one of my friends has to deal with a stupid roommate, and you know who you are if you're listening to this. Stop going out. I will shank you if you keep going out. I'm serious. She has to deal with a roommate who keeps going out. Because, of course. Of course. Let's go out even though there's a fucking lockdown. Let's get druggies into the house because of the fucking lockdown. That's what one of my friends is dealing with. And I have two friends in I think upstate New York or another state who are actually acting like, oh, reopen New York. No. No, stay the fuck inside. You want to know why they want to reopen New York? Well, one of them because of their family business, which I go, they're going to need it later. Why didn't you save a nest egg up? Like, that's just smart business planning, for fuck's sake. And the other one wants to try out a new fursuit. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're idiots. Like, I'm not mincing words. I'm not doing anything like that. I am literally, like, the only reason I'm not giving names because I don't want you harassing these people because that's not right. Don't do that. But if you're being an idiot, you're being a fucking idiot, okay? I'm not gonna, like, mince words and say, oh, I understand. I know it's hard. No. This is not some stupid little, like, oh, don't go outside because of, like, something made up. This is something actually serious that is actually killing people, and you're not taking it seriously. This is dumbassery at its finest. This is what happens when you don't think for 10 fucking seconds. Okay? Like, this shit actually pisses me off to an nth degree because it is stupid. Meanwhile, my friend who believes in The Secret, he's loving the quarantine thing because he gets to stay home, he gets to work from home, he gets to work on personal projects. He's got the right attitude for it. The friend I was talking to, she is a social butterfly. She cannot stand being cooped up for too long, and she's still doing it. And she's doing fine. Like, the only reason she's going to work is because she works for traffic, and you do need to keep the roads maintained, unfortunately. So that kind of puts her into semi-essential here. My friend with the fucked up roommate, she's an essential worker too. She does Social Security and shit. So, but she's handling it. But most of my friends are actually staying the fuck inside. And they're not saying you can't go out and get fresh air. I mean, I still have to step outside to get the mail and take the garbage out. I make sure to stay away from people. I do friendly waves, tops, and I tried to order masks and gloves, but they're not coming till June, so I'm a little pissed about that. So yeah, and I got disposable masks because I know people saying like, oh, the cotton cloth masks are great, but I'd rather have something I can just throw out so the COVID goes into the dumpster, basically. Yeah. Throw out the virus. No. And yeah, I know people saying like, oh, cloth masks don't protect you. Somebody put up an analogy, comparing, and it's a little gross, so I apologize, peeing on somebody's leg to COVID. If you're both not wearing pants, you feel the pee directly on your legs. If you're wearing pants and they're not, your legs are a little more protected, but you still feel it. But if you're both wearing pants, then the guy just wets himself. The mask isn't just to protect you, it's to keep you from spreading it as well. Like, it both blocks it a little bit from your end and blocks it on the other end, essentially. It reduces it, and reduction is a good thing. It means there's going to be less cases, which means eventually the virus will die out on its own, maybe. And of course, they are making a vaccine. They're doing human trials for that now. And yes, this is where the anti-vaxxers are going to come in and say, like, no, and people are thinking 5G towers are causing this. No, 5G is actually keeping us from going fucking bonkers. But of course you don't want fucking technology because you're dumbasses. You don't look anything up. You just listen to a fucking soccer player that's a moron. Yeah. David Icke's kind of one of the people that perpetuated that little bullshit myth. And he is somebody I'm naming because he is famous and he is known to copyright videos. By the way, I'm going to point you to Miles Power to see debunkings of him because it's funny. And yeah, fuck David Icke. Notice I'm not really railing on Trump on this one. Trump's more an idiot than anything else. I mean, he should be wearing a mask because 2 of his family members actually have it, so that means he probably is going to get it, and he's in the age group where it doesn't matter how fucking healthy you are, it could kill you. Pence isn't wearing a mask and he has it. Hey Pence, this is why you wear a mask. Now you have it. Congratulations. I think if like one of Trump's aides has it too, so woof. Yeah, so it's spreading around Washington quite nicely in the fucking government itself, which is kind of messed up. And I'm pretty sure they're considered essential workers, so they can't really leave because of that, which is kind of an irony in and of itself. Like, I think Biden and Bernie don't have it and they're hiding out, which is good. Hopefully Mrs. Warren is doing the same. Sorry, Mrs. Madam Warren, I get, no, that makes her sound, never mind. Wow, that doesn't work. Like, it sounds kind of cool, but like in the wrong way, and I don't think I should be implying that about a political figure as much as I mock them. Like, so I'm thinking those three are okay. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about Elizabeth Warren with the COVID or Biden with the COVID. I know Bernie is hiding out and postponed his campaign because he didn't feel like dying this week, so to speak. He figured dying would kind of put a damper on the whole campaign thing, you know? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Um, and I wouldn't wish COVID on anyone, I'm gonna be honest. And I do understand that the president does have to be out in the open. I kind of said, wear a hazmat suit with like maybe a microphone in it, because then you can still talk. Because I'm guessing the reason Trump doesn't want to wear a mask is because it probably does make him hard to understand. Not that anyone can understand his ramblings anyway, but I think like it would be more muffled and make it like worse. And I, he's an idiot to begin with. We don't need him to sound stupider than he already is. Let's be realistic here. Um, I I'm being a little more understanding to that because it feels like he is kind of trying, but this is kind of like, I don't think any president since the 1910s has dealt with a fucking pandemic before. So there is no benchmark for him. And honestly, he's probably treading water a little bit. I think everyone is. So I do understand that. And I'm saying, and he's actually said like a bunch of the states that are reopening are idiots too. So yeah, when Trump's calling you an idiot, you're an idiot. So for once, I'm kind of going easy on our, as somebody called him, orange screamsicle in office, which is fucking scary when you think about it. But then again, this is a scary time, so oh well. But my point is, don't force a reopen. In fact, a lot of states should be doing the New York model of, breaking the state down into areas and saying, okay, is this area having these 7 criteria? Is this area having 7 criteria? Or, whatever criteria they feel is best for their state, because some maybe, they need like 8 criteria, maybe they need 4 criteria, something. But, a slower reopen would probably slow the spread a little bit. Like, I think ours is perfect, and we've been handling it very, and keep in mind, it's not just, red states, as people call them, that are, doing the stupid reopens. I mean, fucking California reopened their beaches in their southern area. Like, why? Why did you reopen your beaches? Like, why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Like, California, no. Do not. Do not do that. It's more. And also, I will say, I think Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and New Jersey are following our lead, so they're handling it well too. But New York's the one I have the most experience with, obviously. So there you go. And feel free to tell me like how your state is doing, or to correct me on something. I know Georgia's reopening. I have a friend in Georgia. Virginia, I think, is doing a semi-slow reopening, so that's kind of better, but not much you can do. But tell me in the comments below how your state or your country, because obviously other countries are affected by this, and I don't have enough experience with them to say if they're doing it right or wrong. I don't, like, again, how's your country doing it? How's your state doing it if you want, or even just your town if you don't want to like reveal too much of where you are. Because some towns are more affected than others. And I will see you all later. And remember, don't reopen until the vaccine exists, at least. Bye!